Hi, it's Helen Tarrant. Welcome to another episode of Commercial Property Roadshow with Helen Tarrant. I'm here actually in Killara in Sydney looking at a property. It is actually Beacon Lighting with a couple of tenants upstairs. Actually about 4 tenants upstairs. Its net rent's about $340,000 and at a 6% yield it's about $6 million. Of course it's going to auction so it could be higher than that. But I just wanted to show you something a little bit larger and look, something with Beacon's still got 4 years. Upstairs it's got between 1 to 3 years. It is a very busy highway. And we're in the middle of a lot of other commercials, so we're going to see what we can do with this property if it's not, if Beacon's not here. So we're now here doing an inspection. Shubs is the purchaser. She's brought her 2 young kids to have a look at this property, and hopefully we won't break anything, right? So this is it's a very good fit out for a showroom, and when you have a showroom you really are looking for an area where there's a lot of space, a lot of stock, maybe a small office space, somewhere where you can unload your stock with truck access, and we'll have a look at that as we get downstairs. There's 47 car parks as part of it, and there's a lovely balcony because it's all about versatility, because one of the things you could do with this property is that if it was to become a professional office space, is to perhaps split it down the middle here. So you could split it here, they'll have their own access to the balcony. Next, a lot of tenants could have possibly the storeroom, office space, and maybe even the upstairs. They're separated as a separate tenancy as well. So it's all about finding ways of, if this tenant didn't work and they have over 400 square meters of space, how you would be able to divide this to a much smaller space as well. So we come to the design studio part of it, where they can help you design the lighting in your home. Have a look at the air conditioning. What we're looking for in one of these inspections is we're actually looking for leaks to see if it's leaks. It looks it's all pretty good. It looks pretty new. They probably did a new fit out in the last few years. And everything's really clean and tidy. So if the tenant was to leave and remove all this fit out, it could literally cost them $250,000 to remove the fit out. And so that's one of the things about commercial property. Got to look at that. For the tenant, it's actually not that easy for them to move, because for them to actually move, the cost of it and the relocation is going to cost them a lot more than if they stayed and signed a new lease, if you give them the right incentives. So how long has Beacon been here now?
So it used to be a company called Lights for You.
Oh yeah.
And they had about 4 or 5 locations, and then Beacon actually bought the business off of Lights for You, and that was in 2017. And they signed an original 7-year lease plus a 7-year option. Yep. And they're here, and upstairs there's a mix of a number of professional service office tenants, property manager, accountant, financial business, medical sales business. There's a syndicate group. It's good office space for them because it's just small offices, cost them about $20,000 a year.
So this is just the staff room here, and again, if this wasn't a staff room, it can always be turned into an office space. We've got emergency doors there, and you can see we've got CCTV, and of course a separate balcony. If you were to split it, again, this is an option as well. So there are options, and it all depends on the versatility and if the tenant is going to stay. So, but always look at that contingency when you are looking at doing a building inspection.
No, so there is a lease on this now.
Oh, okay.
A one year lease.
What's the tenant?
It's actually the owner's lighting business.
Oh, right.
So
okay.
he's always said just hold an office here.
Right.
But he's also got a clause in his lease saying that if another tenant comes along, he's happy to pass it over.
Yeah. Cool. So they can own or occupy if they want to.
Exactly.
The purchaser.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what is Triple Grounded?
They are a horse syndicate.
So this is the upstairs section of the building, and you can see that They've got stairs and lift as well. And is anyone open at the moment?
Alright, we can scoot through to the front? Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
So they do residential
Yeah,
here?
residential sales, yeah.
Come and have a look, it's fine.
Thanks a lot. Really appreciate it. Yeah, it's nice.
Wow, it's a ginormous balcony. So basically all the tenants share the one balcony?
So, yeah, tenants share the balcony at the front. A lot of businesses come out here for the
And from up here you can see that we've seen a lot of what's around. So we see the Telstra building there, we've seen another one for Lease further down. There's another group of professional shops around the corner, and then we've seen the Greengate Hotel and this Pacific Highway, which is one of the busiest roads in Sydney going up north. Everybody loves this red. There's so much red around. It's so
that's
good.
really nice, isn't it? So that's when we came in.
So it's three levels of car
There's
park.
more.
Oh, there's more.
Yeah, there's a bunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There's 5 levels. Wow.
Yeah, 5.
For 47?
For 47.
That's a lot.
Those things split levels. We can walk down and we can go down the lift.
So is that Beacon storage?
Beacon storage, yeah, that was just to be transparent. That was just an agreement, a verbal agreement between the owner and Beacon.
Yeah.
There's no like costing associated to that.
Yeah. Well, they're lights, I think.
Well, no, something's leaking.
From them? From their lights?
Coming out from under, I doubt it's some light that's leaking.
No, but they're stock, or do you reckon it's the air conditioning?
No. I don't think it's either of those. I would say it's a school water leak. Is my guess. But again, it's a guess.
You can see that this is a well-built building, very, very solid, 5 levels actually, of a car space for 47 car spaces. We've got upstairs as well. All the buildings there are pretty solid. So I've just finished my inspection here in Beacon. You can see I'm across the road, so you can see how busy it is. We've got the Greengate Hotel. Today is Melbourne Cup, so it's really, really busy. But like all inspections, the most important thing to look at is, you know, the area. But look at the tenant. This tenant has 4 years to go, so it's not a 10-year tenant, so you actually make it up by having a higher yield in Sydney. So probably like this would be 6%, whereas down the road something that is potentially on a much longer lease could be 4.5% to 5%. So the yields are pretty tight, so you can get an extra % here in return, but you got to look at the versatility of the property. So like anything, when you look at it, there's 3 areas to look at in an inspection. Firstly, you look at the tenant, the stability, the history, and the tenant. You look at secondly, the versatility of the premise. So if Beacon was to go, who else will replace it? Could you divide it into 2 or 3? What kind of tenants are you likely to attract? What kind of future potential does this property have? And number 3, really look at the location. So is this location somewhere that people want to be? Is there access way? Is there places where you could create more income in the future, like parking spots, because we're in the middle of high density? What is there that you can do to that property? So there's 3 things that we look at, and today we'll just explore something that's much bigger. So if you are an individual individual investor looking for something this large, or perhaps a group of investors, this could be ideal in your portfolio, but this will be a long-term hold because you want to have that long-term hold and the projection to actually get the value of the property up, as well as get the rentals up, and then you start getting to that 7, 8, 9% in this when you hold it for a long term in the next 10 years or so. So until next time, if you need some help on your commercial property journey, contact me at the Contact Us page, helentarrant.com. Otherwise, hit the bell, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.